on the all-time goal-scoring list with 717. But a glitzy past is not all the NHL has to offer, with the torch since passed on to a new array of stars in the league's marquee. Names like Wayne Gretzky, the great one, whose scoring exploits have reauthored the record books in less than 9 incredible seasons. Then there's Mario Lemieux, with the best supporting cast he's had in years in Pittsburgh. Le Magnifique has established his own place in hockey greatness. Grant Fuhr, the unsung hero whose quick hands and feet in goal have brought about raves league-wide. Dennis Savard, hockey's Houdini, and the master of the famous spinorama move that manufactures excitement in an instant. Raymond Bourque, heir to the ore throne in Beantown, number 77, has masterfully added himself to the cast of Bruin superstars. And Joe Nieuwendyk, the new kid on the block, has been a premier show stealer in Calgary and is the owner of the Rookie Spotlight come the All-Star break. The stage is set. The curtain is about to go up on the best show around. Yes, it's the NHL's 39th All-Star Game. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a sold-out St. Louis Arena, living proof that the National Hockey League is once again alive and very well in the gateway city to the west. I'm Tom Mees. I'll be your studio host tonight for the 39th NHL All-Star Game. Darkness is in back of me now because the house lights have been dimmed for some special pregame ceremonies, but don't worry about it. You won't miss any of the pregame introductions as we introduce the 40 best hockey players in North America who will be on display for you tonight here on ESPN. A sellout crowd of over 17,000 is on hand tonight at the St. Louis Arena, and you know something? I couldn't have sat here 5 years ago and predicted that fact, because 5 years ago the St. Louis Blues franchise was rumored to be in demise, rumored to be moving out of town, in fact out of the country, up to a little town in Saskatchewan called Saskatoon. But some aggressive changes in ownership, some good drafting, and yes, a little bit more competitive hockey team have brought back the National Hockey League spirit, and it's alive and well here in the city of St. Louis, which has really rolled out the red carpet over the weekend, and it culminates tonight with the NHL's 39th All-Star Game. The men who will be doing the play-by-play tonight are standing by upstairs in the gondola. Let's go live now to Mike Emrick and Bill Clement.
I'll bet some of you at home like to play general manager just as Bill and I do. You like to look over all the NHL rosters and decide who you'd make a defense combination out of or who you'd put on a forward line. Well, tonight, some of those dreams of all of ours become reality.
Powerhouses on both sides. In the Campbell Conference, you can imagine that the Edmonton Oilers would be well represented. Wayne Gretzky will be at center with Jari Kurri on one side and a guy on his left side that he doesn't usually get a chance to play with in Edmonton, Mark Messier. What a powerhouse. For the Wales Conference, how about this defense pairing? Paul Coffey of the Pittsburgh Penguins with Ray Bourque of the Boston Bruins. That's one unit. Up front, Peter Stastny of the Quebec Nordiques, Mario Lemieux of the Penguins on the right side, Mats Naslund of the Montreal Canadiens on the left side. No shortage of scoring punch anywhere.
Last May, Bill and I talked about the tension that grips the insides during the course of a playoff game. I'm just wondering, here's a guy that played in 2 All-Star games. Is there a similar tension down there right now?
You bet. It is big, it is bad. The young players, no doubt, will have butterflies all over. A guy like Dennis Potvin, he's been here 9 years. He'll be a little calmer, but the young guys, they'll be scared to death.
And during the course of tonight's game, there is going to be technology galore.
There will be. We'll have a telestrator. Don't forget, these players are actually playing to win an automobile as well, so there is some incentive besides pride. There's a car at the end of the tunnel for one of them as well.
Mike's on the coaches, a microphone on the goaltender. Tom, it's going to be a wonderful night here, even a laser show at the start.
Okay, Mike Emrick and Bill Clement. An exciting night is already underway here with a sellout crowd as a laser show is going on in the background, creating a lot of excitement in the crowd. A man who's known a lot of excitement as a former participant in the NHL All-Star Game is Mickey Redmond. And Mickey, we're delighted to say, is joining our telecast crew tonight. So let's go ice side now for some pregame views from Mickey.
Thank you, Tom. Big Larry Robinson with me. 8th All-Star Game, Larry. Business as usual?
Well, pretty well. You know, these things are a lot of fun. Mark Howe and I were talking about it before, and we both mentioned, you know, I said it's, you know, it's even if it is my 8th time, they're always great to come here because you get to see fellas that maybe on the lighter side rather than going out there trying to cut each other's heads off.
Larry, you told me a story this morning. Your first All-Star appearance was not exactly one that you look back on memorably, but kind of a funny experience.
Well, it was. I'd gone back to my parents to pick up, I bought a side of beef with my parents, so I was back picking up the beef at Mom and Dad's, and I got a phone call from Floyd Curry, who told me that I was going out to the All-Star Game, and I thought he was kidding. And then when I got there, I found out that I was replacing Bobby Orr, who was replacing Vadnais, who was replacing Savard, who was replacing LeBoyne. So I happened to be the 5th replacement out there, but it turned out to be a very nice experience for me.
Larry, we're supposed to have young Joe Nieuwendyk with us. He hasn't showed up yet, but would you have any advice for him in his first game?
Yeah, don't trip on the warm-up or when they're introducing. I can remember during the Canada Cup when Bill was being introduced and he went flat in his can. So that's the thing that worries me the most about these things, is skating out the introduction and falling into the camera.
Thank you, Larry. Young Joe Nieuwendyk has just joined us. Joey, we're asking Larry for a little advice. He said don't trip. Any truth to the rumor that you and Bob Probert were calling everybody Mr. in the dressing room this morning?
Well, I think we were both a little nervous. We sat together at the dinner last night, and you know, it was all pretty exciting for both of us. So, you know, hopefully we'll have a good game out there tonight.
Joey, 1 year ago today, you're in Cornell today, an All-Star. You've got to be very satisfied.
I sure am. I can remember sitting in my living room at Cornell with my buddies, and you know, just in awe of all these guys. And here I am tonight, so it's a good feeling for me.
Congratulations, guys. Good luck tonight. Tom Mees, let's take it from there.
All right, Mickey Redmond, one of the most exciting parts of any All-Star game in any sport, the introduction of the starting lineups, and a man who's been synonymous with hockey in the city of St. Louis for 20 years. Mr. Dan Kelly is standing by now to introduce the starting lineups. Let's go to Dan.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Tom Calhoun. I love you. It is my pleasure to introduce the All-Stars of the National Hockey League. First, the All-Stars from the Prince of Wales Conference, from the Montreal Canadiens, making his NHL All-Star debut, the 1986 winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy as the Stanley Cup Playoffs Most Valuable Player, number 33, goaltender Patrick Roy. From the Philadelphia Flyers, appearing in his 4th All-Star game, he won the Emery Edge Award in 1986 for the league's best plus-minus rating, number 2, defenseman Mark Howe. From the New York Islanders, making his 9th and final All-Star appearance, he's announced his retirement at the end of this year, the only defenseman in NHL history to score 300 goals and 1,000 points, and a 4-time Stanley Cup champion, number 5, Dennis Potvin. From the Boston Bruins, making his All-Star debut, he led the Bruins in goals last year. He's leading them again this year, number 8, right winger Cam Neely. From the New Jersey Devils, their captain, playing in his 4th All-Star game in his 4-year NHL career, number 9, center Kirk Muller. From the Washington Capitals, making his 4th All-Star game appearance, the Caps' ace goal scorer, number 12, right winger Mike Gartner. From the New York Islanders, a member of the 1984 United States Olympic team, he also was born in Kirkwood, Missouri. He led the Islanders in goals last year, leads them again this year. Number 16, center Pat LaFontaine. From the Montreal Canadiens, playing in his 8th All-Star game, a 2-time winner of the Norris Trophy, 6 times a Stanley Cup champion. Number 19, captain of the Wales Conference All-Stars, defenseman Larry Robinson. From the Philadelphia Flyers, their captain, making his 3rd All-Star appearance. He won the Frank Selke Trophy as the NHL's top defensive forward last year. Number 20, center Dave Poulin. From the Buffalo Sabres, playing in his 1st NHL All-Star game, he led all NHL rookies in assists last year. He's leading the Sabres in scoring this season. Number 21, center Christian Ruutu. From the Montreal Canadiens, a 3-time participant in NHL All-Star games, he holds the NHL record for assists in one season by a left winger, a Stanley Cup champion, number 25, Max Naslund. From the Quebec Nordiques, their captain, playing in his 5th All-Star game, He has scored 100 or more points 6 times in his NHL career. Number 26, Peter Stastny. From the New York Rangers, he's led the team in goals twice in the last 3 years. A member of Team NHL at Rendezvous 87. Right winger, number 28, Thomas Sandstrom. From the Philadelphia Flyers, making his all-star debut, a former member of the Swedish national team, number 29, defenseman Kjell Samuelsson. And now the starting team for the Prince of Wales All-Star squad, as voted by you, the fans, in the Dodge Plymouth fan balloting. In goal, playing in his first All-Star game as a rookie last year, he was awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy and the Vezina Trophy as the league's top goaltender. Number 27 from the Philadelphia Flyers, Ron Hextall. On defense, playing in his 6th All-Star game, 2-time winner of the Norris Trophy, a 3-time Stanley Cup champion from the Pittsburgh Penguins, number 7, Paul Coffey. The other defenseman, he's never missed an All-Star event since he entered the league in 1980. Winner of the Norris Trophy is the top NHL defenseman last year from the Boston Bruins, number 77, Raymond Bourque. On left wing, in his 5th All-Star game appearance, a 4-time 50-goal scorer from the Quebec Nordiques, number 16, Michel Goulet. On right wing, he played for Team NHL at Rendezvous 87. He led the Hartford Whalers in goals last season. He's the spark plug of the Whalers, number 11, Kevin Dineen. At center, making his 4th All-Star appearance, named MVP in the 1985 All-Star game. He's never failed to score 100 points in his 4 NHL seasons. From the Pittsburgh Penguins, number 66, Mario Lemieux. Now the trainers for the Wales Conference from the Philadelphia Flyers, Dave Settlemeyer. And from the Boston Bruins, Jim Narragain. The assistant coaches from the Philadelphia Flyers, E.J. McGuire and Paul Holmgren. And the head coach for the Prince of Wales Conference. He's led his team to 3 Patrick Division titles and 2 Stanley Cup finals in 3 years. From the Philadelphia Flyers, Mike Keenan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prince of Wales Conference All-Star Team. And now the All-Stars from the Clarence Campbell Conference. From the Calgary Flames, appearing in his first All-Star game, he backstopped his team to the Stanley Cup Finals in 1986. Number 30, goaltender Mike Vernon. From the Calgary Flames, appearing in his first All-Star game, a 9-year NHL veteran. He recently played in his 600th NHL game. Number 3, defenseman Brad McCrimmon. From the St. Louis Blues, playing in his 4th All-Star game. He holds team records for assists and points in one season by defenseman number 5, Rob Ramage. From the Vancouver Canucks, making his All-Star game debut. He scored 4 goals in his first game for the Canucks earlier this season. A former 35-goal scorer, number 8, center Greg Adams.